Mosaic fam? Welcome to Mosaic at Home. We are so happy that you've decided to join us tonight on this Sunday evening. Thanks for hanging out with us. We are actually kicking off our stream with something a little bit different tonight. We are going to be playing a game called Bop or Not, and we need your help and your participation. So go ahead and grab your phone or your computer or your tablet or whatever you're using to comment in the chat box below. Get that ready to go. How this game works, it's super simple. You're gonna hear, I'm gonna play you a clip of a song, a popular song, maybe a throwback song, and you're basically gonna tell us, is this a bop or not? And maybe, you know, if you feel so inclined, give a little explanation of why you think so. And we'll see what kind of musical taste we're working with here. So let us know. Comment down below, bop or not. Let's get started. So joining me today are two very special guests. We're very excited that the two of you have agreed to bop it. Bop it? Isn't that like
Pop it, lock it.
Bop?
Oh, let me go get
Bop
mine.
Oh,
Yeah.
pop it.
So I want you guys all to give it up for Jono Jam du jour. Say that 5 times fast. Payne. Yes, we also have Caleb. Bring back that man bun pond.
It ain't there
Please
no more.
do.
Listen, Mosaic.
It doesn't
this
work
is
for
your
everyone.
chance. This is your chance to weigh in on this hot topic. Should
No,
Caleb bring back his man bun?
Absolutely
I'm at a
not.
yes.
Do it.
I'm at a
Comment in the
fat
chats
yes.
right now.
Absolutely not. That's a lot. It's a lot of time and effort, and I ain't got that time and effort no more.
I don't know.
I
It's
ain't
not
got
your
it.
decision. It's not your decision
It's
anymore.
not.
It's
It's
up
not
to,
my
it's up
decision.
to Mosaic.
You're so right.
It's
You're
up to
so right.
Mosaic. Sorry, Heidi.
Oh no.
All right, Jono and Caleb, you're gonna play along with us. But Mosaic, remember, we are counting on you as well.
Come on.
Comment down below, participate. Let us know.
Let's see if you have good taste.
Let's see if you have good taste in music. Gentlemen, are you guys ready to play Bop or Not?
I'm ready.
You're ready. Bop or Not? Here we go.
Okay.
Okay. There it is. There it is.
What's that little thing that TikTokers do?
Yeah.
That thing? I feel like I just got to do that.
Yes.
Okay. There it is.
Do you know who
All
that
right.
is? That's the biggest boy band in the world right now. That is BTS.
BTS? I was hoping you were going to play a BTS song, even though I don't know much of their music.
No.
I mean, we don't know what they're saying, but is this a bop or
Not
not?
at all.
Mm.
See, the intro had me a little fooled for it had to pull me in a little bit. I think I was waiting for it. I was like, oh, maybe she's going for a knot right now.
Right.
But then it really just came in full swing.
took
And I couldn't help but tilt my head
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is a
in
catchy
fast
tune.
motion.
A bop is contagious. I'd say it is a bop because after the little intro that scared me for a bit, I was like, oh, I ain't moving. I'm not moving.
Yeah, dude.
And then it came in and I went, oh.
There it is.
There it is.
There it
There it
is.
is. Thank you. So I got to go with bop.
BTS, more like bop to be sure because it's surely a bop.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. Great.
Man,
Cool.
I couldn't have said that better myself.
Come on, Mosaic. Make sure you're letting us know. Are these bops or not? Here we go. Ready?
Comment, like, and subscribe. Oh my goodness.
Dude. Is this VBS 2015? Where's my Bible?
Yeah.
Yes.
Where's my action crew?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Is this a bop or not?
Oh my gosh. VBS produces the most biblical
best.
bops.
The best bop
The best bop.
ever.
Yeah.
Just like
Listen, this is
I-
Michelle Williams featuring Beyonce and Kelly Rowland. This is like Destiny's Child remade into this song.
I mean,
How could it not be a bop?
oh,
As soon as
The
like my
music alone.
shoulders started
Yeah.
bumping,
Yeah.
as
I
soon
was
as it hit
ready.
when it hit the when Jesus
even the
said-
lyrics.
Mm.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Ah.
No, okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Rebecca, did you just play the clip again? Because like
I
did
know.
you just play it again? Because
Beyonce?
man, that was
Is
perfect.
that you?
I
All right, let's see what this next one. What do you think about this next one? Okay, here we go.
There's always gonna be another
Mm.
mountain. I'm always gonna wanna
cry. Don't cry.
Wow. It's The Climb.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's The Climb.
This song proves that you don't need to be grooving for it to be a bop.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah, okay, good.
It's always going to be an uphill. It's just teaching. It's always going to be an uphill battle.
There are some exceptions.
Sometimes you're going to have to lose.
Yeah, ain't about how fast you get there.
Dude, preach it, brethren.
I mean, it ain't even about what's waiting on the other side.
Oh my gosh.
Really? It's
I need to I need to collect myself. I feel like I would be committing a verbal crime if I said that wasn't a bop. So I'm gonna
okay.
I'm gonna have to.
That's that's strong. That's a strong statement. Mosaic, what do you think? The Climb, Miley Cyrus in her prime. Pop or not? Let us know.
Gotta be.
That truly was her prime.
It's gotta be.
Yeah, and then Wrecking Ball happened.
How the mighty have fallen.
Okay, next song. We're getting down to the end of this here now. Ready?
Come on.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Ooh.
JB.
I mean.
Oh my gracious.
Let's break it down. Let's break it down real quick.
Yeah.
The beginning, the shots alone, that's enough.
Agreed.
And then you go through, then you go in and throw an "In the Air Tonight" Phil Collins drum fill.
Yeah.
That just basically notch it off at the end of it. It's like you think it's going to be there, and then it's like dead silent. Just the magical JB's voice.
Yeah.
And then comes in hot.
I know.
Unbeatable.
Everything.
I don't
Really
even need to say it's a bop because everyone already knows it's a bop.
Everyone knows.
It's the definition of triumphant.
Yes.
You know? Oh.
Yeah.
Facts.
I like that.
Facts.
But you know what? JB is also a very controversial artist. So I don't know. I'm expecting to see a couple knots. I'm expecting to see a couple knots thrown in the chats down there.
Yeah.
Man's talented.
Yeah, no matter what you think of him, that's a bop.
You gotta give it to him.
Yeah.
It's undeniable. It's fact. Fact.
No, I agree. Okay.
The man has the greatest character development of any musical artist that I've seen.
Yeah.
I mean,
most improved.
Come on.
Yeah.
Talk about a roller coaster.
But we're here now.
This is what we think of when we think of Justin. Yeah.
Yeah. And roller coasters.
I love that song. Next song, Bop or Not. Of TikTok fame.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Doja Cat. I don't even know what the dance is to that. But
I don't either. I think that was a part of it.
Bop or not. I'm not a TikToker, so I mean, I could take it or leave it, but
I think it outgrew its welcome. If that makes any sense.
It does.
It overstayed it.
I mean, it's not my number one.
Right.
Nah.
Okay. Or top 10.
No, it's barely scratching top 100 right now.
Yeah, it's peaking.
So midway. This is a midway song. This is it could go one way or another. It could be about
there are better TikTok songs too. They're better trends.
I have one last song for you. This is a bonus round song.
Bonus round.
Let's do this.
This is a good one. This is a good one.
All right.
Are you ready?
I trust you.
All right, Mosaic fam, get ready. This is the last song. Let us know, bop or not.
It's a bop. It's a bop.
Doing this. Ooh, listen to that percussiveness.
Yeah, hear this part.
Ooh.
Gotcha.
Ooh. Up or not on the other side by a local band called Blue East.
Yeah, that's them.
Oh, that's why I didn't know it. Got it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ouch.
Wow, that was a lot.
Sick
Okay,
song.
so Bop
that
or
hurt.
not? Caleb.
I mean, I don't think I'm allowed to answer if it's a Bob or not because it's biased.
Fair. Yeah. Okay, John, it's all up to you and Mosaic.
I would like to veto this one out of conflict of interest.
Good call.
Get out. If you haven't heard of Blue East,
I will.
now
I will now.
The title of our album is called "On the Other Side," and that is "On the Other Side."
The first few seconds was really good. I really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
he was grooving. You were grooving.
Yeah.
It's a catchy song.
The little.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So good. I think this is a bop.
I mean, that's for y'all to decide.
All right. Let's see what Mosaic has to say.
Mosaic
bop or not.
gangsters.
Caleb and Jono, it has been a slice. Thank you for playing Bop or Not, Mosaic fam.
Thanks for
playing with us. You guys are the best. Thank you guys so much, Mosaic fam. Tune in next week
for
some new guests, some more fun content. Thanks for hanging out with us, and enjoy the rest of Mosaic at Home.
Woo!
Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mosaic. Mosaic at Home. I don't know what we're calling it. I can't remember, but either way, we are at home, I assume, and it is Mosaic. So, my name is Megan. For those of you who do not know me, I'm coming to you live from my home, where I have been and will probably continue to be until it's all over, or close to it. Anyways, I have announcements. Just about three announcements. Let me get into them. First announcement, Bethesda One Night. We are supposed to be having a Bethesda One Night on February 28th. That may or may not get canceled, but we will let you know either way on our social media if it's going ahead or not. So stay tuned for that, because I know a lot of us would love to have it, but with current circumstances, we don't know. But stay tuned on our social media and we will tell you. Second announcement, if you value what we do here at Mosaic and would like to give to us, then you can do so through the power of e-transfer. So our e-transfer link is mosaiccampuschurch@gmail.com. So yeah, if you feel the need to give to us, then you can go ahead and do so through that email address. Another announcement we have is about, this is the last announcement. Yes, so the last announcement that we have this week has to do with small groups. We do small groups once a week on Monday nights. There's a guys version and a girls version. 2 different groups. They're ran by Jesse and Jared, who are very nice people. So yeah, the girls one, which is run by Jesse, happens at 7:30 on Monday nights, and the guys version, which Jared leads, happens at 7 o'clock on Monday nights. So if you would like to join one of those, if you haven't already, you can send us an email at mosaiccampuschurch@gmail.com, and we can get all that information out to you, the Zoom link and whatnot, so that you can be joined on those. So yeah, comments, questions, concern, need a prayer, all the above. We're here for you, and you can always email us or Facebook message us, and we will get to you ASAP Rocky. Yeah, that's it for me. I'm gonna cut it here, and I hope you all enjoy the service. I know I will be watching. And yeah, thank you. Love you all. Miss you. Mwah. Kisses. XOXO. lost a battle. No, you've never lost a battle. And I know you never will. Everything's possible by the power of the Holy Ghost. A new wind is blowing right now, breaking my heart of stone, taking over like it's Jericho. My walls are all crashing down right now. I know you're able, my God, come through again. You can do all things. You can do all things but fail. 'Cause you've never lost a battle. No, you've never lost a battle. I know you never will. You can do all things. You can do all things but fail. 'Cause you've never lost a battle. No, you've never lost a battle. I know you never will. I know you never will. I know you never will. God, I look to you. I won't be overwhelmed. Give me vision to see things like you do. God, I look to you. You're where my help comes from. Give me wisdom. You know just what to do.
Hey everybody, and once again, welcome to Mosaic at Home. We are so happy that you decided to take a bit of your Sunday night to come and join us for this. In case you're new to Mosaic and you don't know who I am, my name is Steve Grimes, and I get the best privilege in the world of being the pastor at Mosaic Campus Church. So thank you so much for joining us. We are continuing a series that we launched back when we were in person. Shed a little tear. We missed being in person with everybody, but Erica White actually launched this series, and then Tyler Cran picked it up the week after, and we just put it on pause while we were trying to figure out how we switch back from in person to online again. But the series is same story, new look, and the whole heartbeat behind this series is we're taking classic Sunday school stories and looking at them in kind of a new way or in a relevant way to the life stage that we're in now. And for many of you, if you grew up in a church context, you probably attended Sunday school. In case you never, Sunday school is basically this thing that was put off by many churches back in the day for kids, where it was mainly the sole purpose was Christian education. And so it happened maybe before Sunday morning service, or some people it happened after in the afternoon. And the whole purpose was to take these Bible stories and make them relevant for kids. And there's these like classic ones like Jonah and the whale, which I think Tyler Cran talked about, and Noah and the ark, and a few of these that are very classic when you think of Sunday school. And so we're taking these stories and looking at them in a new way, in a new light, now that we're kind of graduated from the stage of being a kid to a young adult and looking at careers and studying post-secondary and all that. So the story we're looking at tonight is the story of Daniel in the lion's den. And so if you have a Bible with you or a Bible app, you can go to Daniel chapter 6 with me. We're going to pick up at verse 16, I believe. But before we head into this story, I want to give you a bit of a backstory of what's happening. So Daniel is one of these very faithful followers of God. And the king of Babylonia at this time where Daniel is living, he decided to set up the whole area of Babylonia into 120 different sections or provinces. And there was an officer or a ruler who kind of looked after each one of these 120 provinces. And what happened was it became too much for this king to handle, or he was really worried that these officers or rulers weren't handling the king's interests with the best heart and mind. And so he hires 3 administrators to oversee these rulers, to oversee these officers, to make sure that they had the king's best interest at heart. And one of those administrators is Daniel. And we read in the story that Daniel was the best at his job. He was the greatest, did it without fault. And because of that, the king noticed it, and he actually made him in charge of the whole empire. He placed all of that responsibility into Daniel's care, and Daniel just succeeded at this role. But the other administrators, they were extremely jealous of Daniel. Obviously, the king favored him. Daniel was so good at what he did, so the king showed him great favor. But these administrators, they were really jealous of Daniel, and they looked for some kind of fault, some kind of flaw, so that they could kind of bring Daniel down a few notches, put him on all of their levels as well. But they couldn't find anything. Daniel was perfect at what he did. And so they thought, well, maybe what we can do is this faith he has in the God he serves, the one that he's been serving for so long, maybe we can kind of take that faith and make it work against him. And so they go to the king and they say, hey, how about you make a law where nobody is allowed to worship or pray to any other divine being, deity, or anything except but yourself. And the king, anybody who's in power, loves attention. He's like, yeah, I'll write that law, not really thinking about the implications this would have on Daniel. And so he writes the law and signs it, and the administrators are so happy about this because Daniel had a routine where 3 times a day he would pray to God. And Daniel knows about this new law that this king has made, and he doesn't hesitate for a second. It doesn't affect him at all. He continues his daily devotion of praying 3 times a day. And we even read that he prayed with his window open so that people would definitely hear him. Now, again, these administrators, they're out to get him. They want to see him fail so that they can go back to the king. And so they spy on Daniel and they hear him praying in the middle of his daily routine. So they take this back to the king. They say, hey, didn't you make a law where nobody could worship or pray to another divine being? And the king's like, well, yeah, you told me to make this law. And they're like, well, Daniel was praying to his God today. And we read that the king is very perplexed. He's rotted with this whole scenario, not realizing that these administrators, they really duped him. He loves Daniel, has so much respect for Daniel, probably knew that Daniel was very faithful to God, and yet he still made this law that was causing Daniel to live with certain consequences. And we read that this king tried to do everything he could to get Daniel out of this mess that he put him in, but he wasn't able to do so. And that's where we pick up the passage that we're reading today. So it's Daniel chapter 6, starting at verse 16. It says, so at last the king gave orders for Daniel to be arrested and thrown into the den of lions. The king said to him, may your God, whom you serve so faithfully, rescue you. And a stone was brought and placed over the mouth of the den, and the king sealed the stone with his own royal seal and the seal of his nobles, so that no one could rescue Daniel. Then the king returned to his palace and spent the night fasting. He refused his usual entertainment and couldn't sleep at all that night. Very early the next morning, the king got up and hurried out to the lion's den. When he got there, he called out in anguish, Daniel, servant of the living God, was your God, whom you serve so faithfully, able to rescue you from the lions? And Daniel answered, long live the king. My God sent his angel to shut the lions' mouths so that they would not hurt me, for I have been found innocent in his sight, and I have not wronged you, your majesty. And the king was overjoyed and ordered that Daniel be lifted from the den. Not a scratch was found on him, for he had trusted in his God. So this king, he's kind of all out of options. He has a lot of respect for Daniel, doesn't want to see Daniel hurt, yet he wrote this law and has to follow through on the law that he created. And so with no other options, he sends Daniel or orders Daniel to be put into this den of lions, which is absolutely insane. Can't even imagine an experience like this. And so he rolls this stone over the opening of the den and puts his seal on it. And this was kind of a symbolic thing of showing that, it wouldn't prevent anyone from being able to save Daniel. They could easily break that seal and move the stone. But the fact, if they showed up and the seal was broken, they would know that somebody tried to rescue Daniel. And so he puts this seal on this stone for that reassurance. And we read that the king kind of goes back to his place, still perplexed, doesn't take in his usual activities, his entertainment. He can't sleep all night. And I'm like, well, what about Daniel? This guy, there's no way he slept in this den full of hungry lions. And the king is so perplexed, he doesn't sleep. As soon as dawn comes, he gets up out of his bed and runs to the den where Daniel is. And before he even gets there, he calls out to Daniel, hey, Daniel, servant of the living God, did he rescue you? Did he save you? Did he protect you from the lions? And I kind of picture this moment of crickets where the king is waiting, hoping Daniel would answer, probably thinking, there's no way he survived even 30 seconds in here. But time seems forever to pass, but within a few seconds, Daniel responds to him and says, long live the king. Yes, my God, who I've faithfully served for this long, has shut the mouth of the lions and has protected me. And the king is overjoyed. He orders that Daniel be lifted from the den, and he checks out all over Daniel and realizes there's not even a scratch on Daniel. And he's so thankful and so happy that Daniel's okay. Now this story, I know for me when I heard it growing up, a lot of it was focused on the power of God in this moment. Because you think about it, a man in the den of lions and surviving a full night in there, and being able to serve a God who could shut the mouths of a lion, that's an insane superhero-like story. I remember growing up all the time, that was the focus of it. You know what? You can follow a God who shuts the mouths of lions. This is how powerful he is. And that's true. That's a thing that we need to grasp from this story. But there's something else that, as I have more experience in life, as I've gone through different situations and circumstances, there's actually something else from this story that I grab other than the fact that God is extremely powerful. I picture Daniel in this den, and I don't think Daniel was nonchalant in this den of lions. I don't think he was just like, oh yeah, I'm great, I'm fine, I believe in a big, powerful God, he can shut the mouths of these lions. I don't think he was cool, calm, relaxed. Any normal human being would be freaking out. But in Daniel's situation, he can't even really make a noise, cry, scream out in fear, because if he made any noise, it would spark these lions and they would come and send him to his death. And so he spent this night kind of treading lightly, hoping that these lions didn't wake up and eat him. That's a long period of time spending in that den, in that kind of state of mind. And I think Daniel's thoughts would have went down crazy rabbit holes of thinking, I've served God faithfully for a long time. And we have reason to believe there's many people who have studied this passage, this story, and they believe that at the time Daniel's in this lion's den, that he had been following God for some 80 years. 80 years he's faithfully serving and following God, praying 3 times a day. Despite laws, he still continues to worship and pray to God. Yet, his very faith, that very dedication he had to God is the very thing that got him in this den in the first place. And I know for me, I would be in that den thinking, wow, God, where are you? What are you doing here? What did I do to deserve this? I've been faithful. I've been dedicated. I feel like I've done everything right, God. Why this? And it causes me to think about, in situations in our lives, we know that we have moments where we're feeling like we're in a den of lions, these deep, dark circumstances, hopeless situations where we have no idea where we're going to get out of them. Sometimes we may even feel like, God, where are you in the midst of them? The thing I want you to remember about this story and kind of be encouraged about in this story is that even though we are in this den of lions, we do not know what God is doing on the outside. In the middle of those dark circumstances, those hard situations, we may feel like all hope is lost. But in the midst of those situations, we truly don't know what God is doing outside of things that we don't even know about. And this is why I get this from this passage, is because when we look at verse 26, the king now, he knows that Daniel has survived this. He knows that Daniel's God, the God that we serve, has shut the mouths of these lions, done this powerful act. And we read him say this, I decree that everyone throughout my kingdom should tremble with fear before the God of Daniel. For he is the living God, and he will endure forever. His kingdom will never be destroyed, and his rule will never end. What a crazy statement from a king. He is the living God. His kingdom will rule forever. That his reign will never end. That is a bold statement coming from a king who their only job is to seek out more power, to seek out more rule. But in this scenario, I believe while Daniel was in that den, God was working in the heart of that king. I think that king was kind of at his last kind of resort of, hopefully the king or the God that Daniel has been praying to will save him. And then he wakes up the next morning and that God does that very thing. And we read that this king now believes in the God that Daniel follows. So in the midst of Daniel's den of lions experience, God is working in the heart of this king. And through Daniel's experience, this king now believes in the God that Daniel serves. So, yes, I want us to grasp the power of God in this story. a God who can shut the mouths of lions. But I think another thing we can grasp from this story that may even be even more relevant to our life situations where we are, or for you as students, is that in the den of lions experiences that we go through, yes, they may seem like all hope is lost, but in the middle of those experiences, we truly do not know what God is doing on the outside and how he's using those experiences to make an impact on someone else. So you may be in a situation now where you feel like you're surrounded in a den of lions, where you don't know where God is, how he's gotten you into this situation, why he's gotten you into this situation. But my encouragement to you is this: you have no idea how God is using that circumstance or what he's doing outside of your circumstance to make an impact on someone else. So find some encouragement in that despite how bad you feel, how horrible this situation is, that is almost perfectly true that God is doing something great with that circumstance or outside of it. So find some encouragement to push through the circumstance with that. And the other thing is, in that circumstance you're going through, in that den of lions experience, God is there to help you. You know, he used this situation Daniel was in to kind of change the heart of this king. But in the middle of that experience Daniel was in, he helped him by shutting the mouths of the lion. So make sure you know as well that you're not going through whatever it is you're going through alone. You know, that God doesn't put you in a circumstance and leave you there so he can make an impact on someone else. No, he uses that experience. He helps you in that experience to make an impact on someone else. So find comfort knowing that he's making an impact through whatever it is you're going through, but he's there to help you as well. And something practical you can do to kind of search for that help, even to kind of get answers as to why it is you're going through whatever situation you're in, is to take the posture of Daniel. You know, pray, and pray some more. Take time to spend with God, you know, asking the honest questions of God, why am I here? Why am I going through this? But then being honest and saying, God, I need you to help me through this situation right now. So I hope that this story, as classic as it is, as many times as we've heard it in our lives for some of you, I hope that is giving you some fresh perspective here tonight so that you can find encouragement that no matter what situation you're going through, we truly don't know how God is using that for the good of others around you, and that God isn't leaving you alone in it, that you can ask for help and he will show up and help you in your time of need. Mosaic, we love you. We hope you're having such a great day. Have an awesome week. As always, if you need anything, feel free to reach out through one of our social media platforms. You can email us at mosaiccampuschurch@gmail.com. Have a great night, and we'll see you again soon.